Oh, well, that's fun. Look at this. You get mail here. Oh. Today, between 11 and 11:15, they're going to turn the fire alarms on. That sounds mildly traumatizing for a little puppy like you. You gonna go antique shopping with me?
What are we gonna find? What are we gonna find today?
We get off to a great start. I have to show you guys this insane old road flare. This is what's called the KD lamp. You'd put this behind your car and it would warn other cars that there was something going on. It's pretty cool. Like, it's got a really, really awesome look to it. It's very vintage looking and very industrial looking. The reality is these just aren't super valuable. They don't really go for very much money, and they're asking for it about what they go for, but I had to show it to you. I think it's really cool. You guys will have to make sure you stay tuned till the very end of the video to see all of the stuff that I actually ended up bringing home. What on earth? Look at this terrifying Santa face. I don't know why they had to make it look so scary. So these can actually also be pretty valuable, which is a little bit crazy, but they go anywhere from $50 to $100, which is mind-blowing to me that somebody would even pay that much to have something this terrifying in their home. But for whatever reason, people actually really like these things. So I have to ask my sidekick what she thinks. What do you think of this? Do we get it or leave it? She's not having it, and I wouldn't be either. That's terrifying. We do end up finding this really beautiful Chinese lacquered box, which I think is great. It's hard to find these vintage boxes in good condition just because lacquered chips and cracks so easily. It's very easy to damage it just by closing the lid too hard or if you bump it in the wrong place. This is a really good size. It's got really good detailing on it. They're only asking $16 for it. Ooh, I love old tin toys. The funny thing about these is the values can just be all over the place. And of course, condition is gonna come into play, but it's interesting because sometimes you can have a really cool vintage tin toy that's in really great shape with the original box, and it'll be nowhere near as valuable as another one in the same condition. And here's a really great example. This one here is a Charlie Weaver Bartender from a company called Roscoe Toys, and this would have been from the early 1960s, and this is in really good shape, you guys. This thing looks almost brand new. Whoever had this kept this in really good shape. They've got the original box. They're only asking $45 for it, which I think is probably a really good price for these because these things can go anywhere from $100 to $250 if you can find them in really good condition like this. But here is another really good example of what I'm talking about. This one here is also brand new in really great condition in the original box, and this one's from a company called Kragston, and this one is what's called the Crap Shooter. These are also really cool, but for whatever reason, the value of these ones is just not anywhere near what the other one was that I just showed you. The values of this probably would go anywhere from $50 to $100 depending on condition and if you have the original box and it's in really good shape. Ooh, this thing is so cool. I love vintage backgammon sets, especially when you can find them with the Bakelite pieces in them. This particular one, they're not asking a whole lot of money for it. They're only asking $65 for it. One of the things that I really love about this is the color of these Bakelite pieces. Each of these chips has like a really vibrant green, and it's got the original dice, and you can see all the beautiful swirling that it has in it. I love these. One of the downsides to this, the color of the other pieces are just very dull. It's not anything that's really super desirable, so that's a little bit of a downside. I'm probably gonna make an offer and see if they'll take 40 on this. If they take 40, I think it would definitely be worth it to grab this. It's hard to find these old Bakelite backgammon sets, and these things can be really valuable. They can go anywhere from $100 to $200. Oh my gosh, you guys look at these things. No, look at how creepy these are. I can't even touch them. Like, I'm lucky to just turn it so that you guys can see the different angle. Like, I'm not picking this up. I would love to show my dog this though. If I wasn't scared to pick it up, I would totally just like plop it right in front of my dog's face to see what she does. But I don't think that I have that in me, unfortunately. These are really cool. I recognize these right away as a set of Jennings Brothers bookends. Now, I usually will look for bookends from them because a lot of times their figural bookends are going to be really valuable, but you're gonna wanna look for things that are gonna probably be Art Deco, Art Nouveau, things that are a little bit more stylized. This particular set of bookends that they have here is just not really that desirable. They're asking $50 for them. I think that's probably what these would go for. You might be able to get a little bit more on a good day. But the reality is $50 is about what they go for. Look at these, they're so cool. I would probably get these if they were like 30 or 40 bucks, honestly. Wow, those got some use, huh? What do you think of those? I don't trust your judgment. $325 is excessive, but they are cool. Carry on. So Department 56 does all of these really cool Christmas decorations. The majority of them are very traditional. They make you feel very cozy. It's like old cottages on a hillside with snow surrounding their mailbox. Like, it's like a whole situation that they do. You can create a whole village. But they also made this How the Grinch Stole Christmas Whoville situation, which I think is insanely cool. So they have all these different houses from the movie. What is here is not all Department 56. Some of these are from Universal Studios and some of them are Department 56. So we are gonna wanna look at the condition of these, and we're also going to want to look at who's making them. This one is one of the ones that's done by the movie studio, so it's actually made out of like a resin material. But what's really disappointing is I turn it over and somebody's ripped out the inside, so it's just a shell of the original piece, which is mind-blowing to me. But I'm not going to be able to pay $86 for it. So this next one is $125, and this one is a Department 56 piece, and you can tell because it's actually made out of the ceramic instead of the resin. It has multiple pieces though, so you get the store, you get the little car that goes with it. This one is actually really valuable. This one is worth anywhere from $250 to $300 if you can find it in good condition, if it has the original box. This one though, you do have to make sure there's no chips because these can chip or get damaged really easily because it is the ceramic instead of the resin. And then they have this one here, which again is the resin from the Universal Studios line, and they've gutted this one too. But this whole line is actually really cool. They made a lot of really amazing houses. The detailing on them is all really over the top, very colorful, really cool. Ooh, this is actually super cool. This looks like a hand-blown art glass decanter. I love the colors. I love the detailing on this. They're only asking $20 for it, which I think is a really good price for a handmade piece like this. It does look like somebody put something inside at one point. It's a little dirty in there, but there's no damage, which is my main concern. Anytime you find something like this, you were such a good little helper today. If you guys want to see the treasure hunter's best friend while traveling, it's this guy here.
Going up.
All right, you guys, welcome back to the hotel room. That little cart is amazing. Going through hotel lobbies, people are like, durians in the back, just like. So anyways, I have to show you guys all the stuff that I ended up getting today. So you guys, I did end up getting this one. They did end up taking $40 on it. So, I mean, I don't know. I feel like you can't really go wrong. I just honestly, like, love the colors. The board is also in really good shape. So that was something I was really excited about. This one is very cool, you guys. I was so excited to find this. It's in like perfect condition. I don't even think they took it out of the box. They're just so cool, and I'm obsessed with the fact that people kept these things in the original packaging. This is, I think, from 1962, isn't it? 1962. This is from 1962, and I'm not taking it out because you guys know me. I would take it out of the box and it would just be destroyed before I even get it home. Oh, yeah, so this is cool, you guys. It's not as ornate as some of the ones that I've seen, but I got it because the price was insane. $16 is like really good for something like this. And the condition's really, really good. There's no chipping, there's no cracking, and lacquered, is one of those things that is very, very delicate and very breakable, and it's a good size too. So I was excited to get that for $16, right? Also, you guys, my dog, I think she's dead somewhere in the room. She's not dead. I do hear just like snoring. She has a snoring problem. So I just hear like somewhere in the room. I made her walk around for like 5 hours. And I asked for her opinion a lot today, which she's also not that used to. Oh, yeah, I actually am really happy I got this. I think it's really beautiful. This is all just hand blown, all hand blown. All of these little details are great. The stopper must be wrapped in another box. And last but not least, what do we have here? Oh, wow. I do declare the Grinch did steal Christmas. If this makes it home without me breaking it, I will be shocked. So this one is the department store that they made. And you guys, these are just so freaking expensive. These are so valuable. I'm so glad that they didn't rip out the bottom. You guys, that makes no sense to me. They completely destroyed those. Those are so valuable. And I probably even would have been okay with paying the $86 or whatever it was that they were asking for those other two if the insides were not ripped out. Department 56 is the company that makes these. And just like with everything that they do though, some of it's really valuable and some of it's really not. These are really valuable. So these are definitely something that you want to keep an eye out for. And then it comes with a little car too. So then this sits out front. This guy's like buying a bunch of gifts for Christmas. That's him. That is a Who from Whoville driving his car to the department store to get gifts for people. It doesn't have the box, so I probably won't get top dollar for it. But as far as condition, it's in really good condition. And as far as rarity, these are pretty rare. So there's not a lot of them that are available at any given time. So I do think I'll do really well on it. I feel like today my favorite thing that I found was this, just because I love that somebody kept this in the original box. I'm actually super curious if any of you guys have any of your toys from when you were kids still with you. Leave me a comment in the comment section below and let me know what the toy is, where you got it, or if you remember even getting it when you were a kid, and how you've managed to hang on to it after all of these years. So I actually have the craziest story about this, about my brother, who you guys know from my previous videos. When he was a kid, he was obsessed with Thomas the Tank Engine. You guys know Thomas the Tank Engine, the little blue engine, and there was all these other little toys that went along with it. And he had this entire collection of these toys, and at some point we had moved away to another state and these had just gotten lost in the move. Fast forward to like 15 years later, he finds the exact set of Thomas the Tank Engine trains, and we are talking damaged in the same sections, the same pieces were missing, the exact same set. 15 years later at a church rummage sale, and he like had taken them up to the lady that ran the sale, and he was like, hey, these are mine from when I was a kid. You have this weird misplaced level of ownership of them, like they're not yours anymore, but also you feel like they're yours, so you just want to take them and like push the lady, but you can't. People don't feel like stealing and pushing people. Okay, you can't do that. He ended up paying hundreds of dollars for these stupid little toys that were not worth that at all. Like, this lady was not having it. She was like, no, you can pay me exactly what I'm asking for them. She found her customer that day because my brother took all of his original toys home with him, which honestly, I would have done the same thing if it were me, right? Like, how often does that happen? That was crazy. So I want to hear your guys' stories about your original toys from when you were kids, or if you have a crazy story about finding one later on. Like, that's mind-blowing. Leave me a comment in the comment section below. I'm super excited to read your responses. If you haven't hit that subscribe button yet, make sure you do it now so you don't miss future episodes. And as always, thank you guys for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful day.